The Trump health crisis has finally hit mainstream legacy corporate media. We talked earlier in the week. Why won't corporate media talk about Trump's health situation? He's clearly getting worse. Whatever he has, it's getting worse and more noticeable. I've got to hand it to him. Ali Velshi, who's been on this show, and I know pays attention to the stories on independent media. Ali Velshi went full in on MSNBC. This is the exception to the story. Take a listen.
States, his health. A lot of speculation about the president of the United States, his health, his fitness to run the country, swollen ankles, bruised hands, a days-long disappearance from the public eye. There is an explanation for some of this, but this administration is not exactly known for transparency, so it's leading many people to draw their own conclusions and to assume that the badly blended wrong shade of makeup on Donald Trump's hands is not the only cover-up that's happening right now. Now, I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV, so I'm not going to attempt to diagnose Donald Trump, but most of the speculation could be cleared up very easily by the administration. Instead, it's doing what it does best, dipping, dodging, and dragging out the intrigue. Let's go through a little timeline. A large bruise was first spotted on the president's right hand back in February. The bruise has appeared on and off. Sometimes it's covered in what appears to be makeup that's not very well matched. Other times it's not. On July 13th, the president was photographed at a soccer game appearing to have swollen ankles. On July 17th, President Trump's doctor, Sean
I got to hand it to Ali Velshi. He's hitting all the notes we've been hitting.
Barbella released a statement saying that Donald Trump has been diagnosed with something called chronic venous insufficiency, which means the veins in the legs can't properly carry blood back to the heart and causing it to pool in the lower legs. This is a very common condition, particularly common amongst older adults. The doctor said that other tests were done and they all came back normal. He added that the president was taking aspirin as part of a, quote, standard cardiovascular prevention regimen, which is also pretty common in older adults. And at the bottom of the letter, it said, quote, summary.
What Ali Velshi is missing here is that the aspirin regimen is not really recommended anymore in Trump's scenario.
President Trump remains in excellent health. Okay, so the chronic venous insufficiency explains the swollen ankles, but the condition only affects the lower body, so it doesn't affect the bruised hands. His doctor and the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, had an answer for that.
Recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin.
That's a little bit of BS. This was not the first nor the last time that Leavitt has blamed the bruising on frequent handshaking. I shake a lot of hands, let me tell you. Donald Trump is a self-described germaphobe, germ freak, and clean hands freak. Those are his words. Over the years, he's called the practice of shaking hands barbaric, disgusting, very, very terrible, and one of the curses of American society. But let's go with that and say that a few really stiff handshakes combined with the use of aspirin caused the bruising on Donald Trump's right hand. Well, about a week ago, the Daily Beast spotted what appears to be a bruise on Trump's left hand. You can see it here in the video of Donald Trump during a golf outing. So, is the germaphobe in chief shaking hands with both hands now? To add to the speculation, Trump, who rarely goes a few hours without getting in front of a camera, was MIA for 6 days. No official vacation or anything. Not so much as a glimpse of the president. Not a peep from the president outside of social media posts where he declared on Sunday, several days after he had disappeared, quote, never felt better in his life. Trump emerged on Tuesday for an announcement in the Oval Office, which doubled as proof of life. Now, here's the interesting thing. Recently, Vice President J.D. Vance, also not a doctor, weighed in, saying that President Trump is in, quote, incredibly good health, but, God forbid,
is going to serve out the remainder of his term and do great things for the American people. And if, God forbid, there's a terrible tragedy, I can't think of better on-the-job training than what I've gotten over the last 200 days.
Something tells
There you go.
me J.D. Vance got called into the Oval Office after that one.
So listen, Ali Velshi basically gets it right. Missed a couple of small points that I think make the story even stronger, like the claim about the aspirin regimen. It's actually not common for people of Trump's age unless they've had a cardiac event, which the White House has not disclosed that they have had, that he has had. But the fact that this is happening is a big deal. Like Ali Velshi said, I don't know the full scope of Trump's condition. I don't believe that the hand bruising is from handshaking. I don't believe that the only thing going on is chronic venous insufficiency. There's too much going on. I don't know what the full scope of it is because they aren't being transparent. It's hitting corporate media. It's hitting legacy media. We've got to keep pushing it. And maybe someday we'll get an answer. When it was time for a new mattress, I didn't want to gamble on something generic. I had heard about Helix. I liked that they customized the mattress based on how you sleep. I'm mostly a stomach sleeper, so I took the quiz and ended up with a model that felt tailored to me. I've had it for years. What I notice is I don't wake up with back stiffness. I don't wake up with shoulder pain. I don't toss and turn looking for a comfortable position. It's just better than my old mattress. It's more supportive, but it's still comfortable. Another thing I like about Helix is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's really tailored to you in terms of firmness as well. It's made a difference for me, and I'm thrilled to be partnering with them. Go to helixsleep.com/Pakman, and you'll get 20% off site-wide. The link is in the description.